Kitted up with walking sticks and waterproofs, Ed Robson tackled the National Three Peaks Challenge. 3 mountains, in 3 countries, in less than 24 hours.
Last year I ran the marathon in York and I wanted to do something that didn't involve running but was still active and outdoors. And I've done plenty of walking and climbing in my time, but I've never done this. So this was a chance to actually fulfil a personal ambition, as well as raise funds for the young carers.
Ed started at the foot of Ben Nevis in Scotland, and from there, the 24-hour journey began.
Basically, a guide is there to make sure, 1, you don't get lost, and 2, you keep to time. And if you're not keeping to a fast enough time, you are sent back. So it is possible not to get to every peak. So it's that combination of keeping to time and also making sure the routes in between the mountains are as fast as possible. So essentially, when we weren't on a mountain, we were in the coach, getting from A to B.
After tackling Ben Nevis, Ed travelled to Scafell Pike in the Lake District.
I think the hardest part was the middle mountain, Scafell, because it's the shortest, but it's also very steep. And we had a time limit of 3.5 hours, so we set off at a very fast pace. And in the first sort of 45 minutes, I was a bit worried there because I was actually quite out of breath and struggling to keep up. We then stopped and the guide said, well done, you're halfway up. So I had no idea at that point where we were or how far we'd gone. But I think that's the first half of going up Scafell was, definitely the hardest. I think pushing on after that, it was just a question of digging in. Because I thought, I'm not just doing this for me now. I wouldn't want to come down and say, well, thanks for sponsoring me, but I didn't finish it. I want to be able to say that I did it also. But that was I suppose the point where I thought, this is really hard.
And then the final mountain to climb, Snowdon in Wales.
So having gone from Ben Nevis to Scafell, you then motor down to Snowdon. And from Snowdon, that's your last mountain. We finished, essentially everyone felt like they'd achieved it at the top, because once you're at the top you have to walk down. There's no choice. So that was like a peak moment. Walking down and finishing, I guess, was the best, because by then the sun's out and you can see the coach in the distance. So that felt like a real achievement. I think the hardest thing was going 38 hours without sleep, which I haven't done since I was a student, which was a very long time ago.
The challenge raised £300 for York Carers Centre, a charity which looks after young adult and young carers.
Of course, we're super duper grateful for any help at all that we can get. So Ed is a superstar. He's done lots for us in the past, and we're really grateful for anyone that can provide us support. We are a charity, so we don't have loads of money, and a lot of that does come from fundraising. We do have support from the council, and we have lots of different people that we work closely with, but any kind of donations are so gratefully received, and it means that we can do those extras that the young people are able to enjoy, such as taking them out in the summer holidays, taking them on trips and residentials, activities that otherwise they wouldn't be able to get a chance to do.
And the money that Ed raised is set to be put to good use.
So we do all sorts of trips over the summer, like we say, and well, currently we have booked most of those things because it is almost the summer holidays, so we kind of have to. But we're still working out. We're always, I suppose, one step ahead. So October, we have no idea what the half term looks like. We'd love to do a residential. We haven't been able to do one for quite a while because of funding. So we're hoping that Ed's money will be able to go towards that.
With the journey completed, Ed will be taking a well-deserved break until next year's challenge. Aaron Renfrey, That's TV.